Hey everyone, it's Sirant. I'm over here in China. You've probably seen me before. I've made a couple of videos before, usually playing these things in the back here behind me. Today I'm going to make a little bit different of a video. If you've watched any of my recent videos, I've been playing around with green screening. And green screening is pretty, it's pretty daunting when you first start thinking about it, but it's actually not that hard to do. As you can see in the room I'm in right now, the lighting is really bad. You can see it making the camera flicker. So I thought it was going to be impossible to do anything like green screening in here. However, not only have I figured out how to set up a green screen, but I've set it up on a serious budget here. Okay, I've made 2 green screens today that I'm going to show you how to make on your own. They're very easy. The first one, the most expensive, cost me about $10. And this is what it is. I'm going to swivel the camera here and show you. If you look here, you can see my air conditioner up top there has got a chunk of green cloth attached to it going down. And we'll go back to me here. And so as you can see, I've got this big chunk of green cloth attached up over there. Now on all 4 of the corners actually, I've taken old key rings that I no longer need, and I've basically sewed them into the corners just to make a nice tight little connection so I can connect it to a lot of different things. And so basically here's my green screen. I take this and I've put a screw into the top of my wardrobe on the other side in a spot where nobody's ever going to see the screw. Let me show you over here. So if you look over here on the top of my wardrobe, so basically I've got this running from the top of my wardrobe over here to my air conditioner. Probably really not a good idea to use your air conditioning, people, but so the next step is to position your camera so that all it sees is a sea of green. And there we go. This is my green screen, believe it or not. Now, it's not perfect. With the poor lighting in here, it's not going to get the crispness around the edges that I would in the daytime if I did the same thing. Now it's nighttime here. But this is going to be more than good enough to do this. And as you can see, I'm moving around. There is a little bit probably of fuzz around the edges, perhaps my clothes. I haven't worn a dark shirt like this though, so I'm not sure how this one's going to look. But you know, ideally what I'm going to do is I'm going to put way up overhead, kind of off, not in front, but not behind, fluorescent lights. So I get light coming down from that here, but also light coming down to get rid of a lot of these shadows on the green screen. But as you can see, it does look pretty groovy. It works not bad for a $10 piece of cloth. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, but I don't want to move around that much. You know, I just want a small green screen that I can just do wherever. Can I just use a small piece of cloth? Absolutely, that's really easy. However, I found even an easier way. Let me get rid of this guy. Green up, green screen down. Now, I often make videos sitting in my chair here. Now, if you look at my chair, it's kind of got a low back and it wraps around. Not ideal for setting up any kind of green screen on the chair itself until I discovered this. I went and bought a $2 piece of foam board. That's all this is. It's just a chunk of very lightweight foam. Perfect for a green screen. And then the problem is getting it behind you and then getting it lined up with the camera so that it makes a good green screen. So how do you do that? Well, that's where I took this. I had these little plastic sticks from an old mosquito net lying around the house, and some handy dandy duct tape, and this is my new green screen. And you're saying, what are you talking about? Let me move my chair over here so you can see a little better how this works out. Take my other green screen out of the way so it doesn't interfere. Okay, so here's my chair. Let's see if you can see it. Yes, you can. Here it is. So I take this and I set this on my chair with the stick facing down. Now the stick being against the back of the chair here, going up and down, when I sit down, it is going to keep that stick right in the right place, and I can kind of adjust it here, a little bit this way, a little bit this way, and boom, I've got green screen action going on behind me. Now you can see over on this side I've got a bit of shadow going on. That's because I've got a forward facing light here that you can see on this side as well. So to get you right in the center. And here we go. An all new green screen going on. This cost me $2. The big board, any stick will do. You find outside an old broom handle. Duct tape, who doesn't have duct tape? Come on. And green screen, $2. So if you want a big green screen you can move around on, go out and buy yourself a big chunk of cloth at any big fabric store, shopping center. Now I would recommend don't get a shiny cloth because you don't want reflections. And now the cloth I've got now is very heavy. I wouldn't do that again. I would go with a much lighter, much thinner cloth. And perhaps next time I'm going to take some plastic doweling and I'm going to make myself a little frame so I have a much more portable version of my green screen. But for those of you just using a webcam connected to your computer, don't have the ability to move around and make fancy crap green screens, $2 for this one, about $10 maybe, $10, $7 for the big piece of cloth anyway that I string across the room, and green screen, baby. Anyway, there you go. There's your on the cheap green screens ready to go. Once I get the lighting all set up here properly, I'll make another video and show you how lighting affects the end result. Here's a little video I made earlier to show you some of the fun you can have when you're playing around with a green screen.